Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of The Dan Dawson Show. So now we have new video, new pictures, right? Very clear pictures of what happened in the Denver shooting. So apparently, the security guard who shot the Patriot protester approached the protester, attempted to take his mace from him, at which time the protester slapped him. Now, see, here's the problem. At that point, the security guard is acting as law enforcement. He's not law enforcement. Plus, I'm going to just go off the Washington state laws. In Washington state, if you conceal carry, that's why we say know your state laws about carrying a firearm. You have a duty, if you're in a situation, to try to play down that situation. You cannot get aggressive in any manner. And apparently, one of the journalists said this guy came from behind her, the security guard, cussing at the Patriot protester. From the video, not from the video, but from the photos, it looks like the security guard was already pulling his gun after he got slapped, before the Patriot protester fired off mace. So what the protester was doing was trying to throw some mace out there to create distance, because now he's in grave danger. So this may actually be a case of murder here. Like I know in Washington state for sure, you have a duty to not escalate the situation. Meaning, if you walk up to me, if you ever meet me on the streets and you want to exchange words, and I say, okay, man, whatever, and just walk away, or if you ever see me out there in that situation, know I'm armed, because I'm going to try to de-escalate that situation as much as possible. You come up yelling and screaming, whatever you want to yell and scream about, I'm just going to put my hands up, shake my head, and not argue with you, because I know what the law here says. Now, because the security guard was the aggressor, now it looks like the Patriot protester was defending himself. You see how quickly that situation got out of hand? A man lost his life. Another man has now lost his ability to make a living, and is probably going to spend a significant amount of time in prison. Yeah, after looking at those pictures, now the security guy was wrong. He was attempting to act like a cop, which is what you'll get with a bunch of security people. They think they take on the duty of a police officer. And looking at the pictures, remember what I said in the earlier video? Like, well, the security guard guy wasn't marked. And that's going to become very important, right? Because now you have an unknown person verbally assaulting you, attempting to take your property, and pulling a gun on you. That's not going to play well in court. But see, when you go to these big events, you've all heard of mass hysteria, or when you're with a bunch of people and emotions run high, and then all of a sudden you're doing stuff you wouldn't usually do. And that seems to be a case of this. That's why I don't go with those large groups, and I kind of stay out of them. I stay away from them, because you never know what's going to happen. You got two very emotional groups, and also it's come out that the security guard, supported, BLM, left his life, or whatever he put on his Twitter account or whatever. Be careful the words you use, people. Be careful the words you use, especially when you put them on Twitter. They never go away. That's why I try to be careful with what I'm saying sometimes. But now both of them are in a situation where one is dead, probably had a family. At the very least, he's somebody's son or somebody's brother. Maybe somebody's husband, maybe somebody's father. Did. Because a young security guard got out of hand. One, should have never reached for that man's mace. And the photos show the protester actually taking a couple steps back, and the security guard aggressing on him, knowing he was armed. Now you've escalated the situation. In Washington state, you would be tried with murder. So I always, I say, hey, use your Second Amendment rights. but know the law. It can save you. Now that I've been in that situation working security, I'm not worried about anything but my charge. I don't care what the protest is about or whatever. I'm just worried about my charge. I don't know. It's really sad. Well, we'll see what else comes out with this. I just wanted to give you an update. Remember, I always say when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'll admit it. I'll come on. I'll do a show admitting it. Not like I'm just going to let it go away. No, I was wrong on this one. It looks like. We'll see when more stuff comes out. But thank you for watching this correction episode of the Dan Dawson Show. Like, subscribe, do what you got to do.